Hello everyone, welcome to Dolu's World and to Kick-Ass and Wellness Wednesdays, which this week is being filmed in Venice, Venezia, one of the most beautiful cities in Italy, which in itself is a wonderful country. And I'm here with two old friends. One is Stefania Maroni, who is Italian herself. She's a pain in the neck, but we'll talk about that later. And she came up from Rome to meet me here, and I came in from London with Isabel Hughes, one of my oldest friends. We've known each other since we were 11, and we decided to come here to see the Biennale, which is a big, famous art and culture exhibition that takes place every 2 years. And that's why we're here, and we have a lot to say about life and friendship. And but first, I want you to have a look at the beauty that is Venice. I mean, really, it's a city on water.
We can introduce ourselves, the two of us. Good morning, everybody. This is Stefania.
And I'm Isabel.
Good morning, everybody. Okay, let's go back.
Just wanted to show you a little bit of this magical environment we're in. None of us are dressed like Gina Lollobrigida or Sophia Loren or any of the gorgeous women for which Italy is famous. But we're just here chilling. But before we start talking about why we are doing this wellness video together, I'd like you to listen to the following clip for a couple of minutes, literally 2 or 3 minutes, because it contains some information that really surprised me and I think will surprise most of you. Okay? So see you after you've watched the video. Thank you.
So what does it take to live to 100 or beyond? As you will see, the answer is not what we expect. Julianne Holt-Lunstead is a researcher at Brigham Young University, and she addressed this very question in a series of studies of tens of thousands of middle-aged people, and she looked at every aspect of their lifestyle, their diet, their exercise, their marital status, how often they went to the doctor, whether they smoked or drank, etc. She recorded all of this, and then she and her colleagues sat tight and waited for 7 years to see who would still be breathing. And of the people left standing, what reduced their chances of dying the most? That was her question. So let's now look at her data in summary, going from the least powerful predictor to the strongest. Whether you're lean or overweight, you can stop feeling guilty about this because it's only in third place. How much exercise you get is next, still only a moderate predictor. Did anybody here know that having a flu vaccine protects you more than doing exercise? And getting towards the top predictors are two features of your social life. First, your close relationships. These are the people that you can call on for a loan if you need money suddenly, who will call the doctor if you're not feeling well, or who will take you to the hospital, or who will sit with you if you're having an existential crisis, if you're in despair. Those people, that little clutch of people, are a strong predictor, if you have them, of how long you'll live. And then something that surprised me, something that's called social integration. This means how much you interact with people as you move through your day. How many people do you talk to? And these mean both your weak and your strong bonds. So not just the people you're really close to who mean a lot to you, but like, do you talk to the guy who every day makes you your coffee? Do you talk to the postman? Do you talk to the woman who walks by your house every day with her dog? Do you play bridge or poker or have a book club? Those interactions are one of the strongest predictors of how long you live.
So, as you will have seen from the video you've just watched, the clip, social interaction and your personal life and the way you relate to other people is a really, really important part of mental health. And it would appear physical health as well, because they're saying that people who have good, strong social connections are more likely to live to 100 years old. Okay? So, let me introduce you properly. This is Stefania. I met her in Abuja, Nigeria, where she was working for the European Union. And she has now retired and moved back to Rome, where she's from originally. And I actually got married in Rome, so it's a city that's very dear to my heart. And I want to thank Stefania for coming all this way to join me on this, my little Biennale tourism jaunt. And then on my other side is Isabel, who is a childhood friend. We've been friends since we were 11, and we are now 27. Anyway, seriously, it's like, what, 50 years? Yeah.
I'm afraid so.
I'm so bad at maths, but you know, it's like 50 years. And Isabel's daughter, Mabel, is my goddaughter. Wonderful young woman. I shall talk about her at a later stage. But for now, Isabel's from the UK, and we travelled from London together. She actually lives in the ancient city of Winchester, which is not far from London. So that's probably something you'll get to see more of if I visit her and make a video from there. Because I'm quite liking this thing about making videos away from my normal Abuja location. So, okay, ladies, are we having a good time in Venice?
Oh yes,
Yes.
very, very good, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you, Donna, for having organized this journey. It was needed by everybody.
Well, you know, the thing is, to be honest with you, I really regretted organizing it until I actually got here, because I've got to tell you, Venice is not really ideal for people who are not fit. It is a city on water. There are no cars, no bicycles, none of those little golf buggy type of vehicles you get in some places. And so you have to do a lot of walking. I mean, even if you're going to take ferries from stop to stop, you still have to do a lot of walking. And I want to thank Stefania and Isabel for, I mean, I wanted to cancel because I thought I would spend the weeks, we've planned this for a long time, and I thought I would spend the weeks before I came getting fit and ready for Venice. I've been here before when I was a teenager, so I know what it's like. But somehow, you know, those of you who've been following my videos will know that my life is a never-ending tale of woe sometimes, and I often don't do what I'm supposed to do. I call it self-sabotage. And so, you know, as the time came closer for this journey, I realized I was as fat as ever, my joints were stiff and painful, and my biggest fear was that, you know, I would step into the boats here and sink one of them, or fall into the canal, and, you know, kind of, that would be so humiliating. And I just, you know, But I couldn't cancel because that would have meant letting the girls down. Because, that's another thing. We have a school friend called Stefania Mauro, who lives just outside Venice, whom we're going to meet later today. And, she's been waiting for us. We haven't seen her since we were 18. Mm-hmm. But we're in touch on social media, thank God. Thank you, social media. We reconnected in the past couple of years. But, it's just like, I couldn't cancel. So I went ahead with it, and I'll tell you about how my body has reacted and how I coped another time. I'm putting that together as a separate topic. But I just want to thank Isabel and Stefani for being patient with me. Because, every few steps I have to stop. But my recovery time gets better with each stop. I mean, I've coped surprisingly well. And how many steps did I walk yesterday?
8,000.
8,000.
Plus bridges.
Lots of up and down steps. Venice, you can't avoid steps. And that was nearly 6 kilometers, which for me is a miracle. But like I said, we'll talk about the physical thing later. Is there anything in particular you want to say, or do we plunge into a discussion about the value of friendship and all that?
Okay, well, friendship, it's amazing. If you have a friend in your life, you have really a treasure, I think. Always believe in it, always. It's not necessary that you are always kind with friends. Sometimes you have to tell them the truth, and he may be seen something like harsh, not funny, but a friend is for there. A friend is for life. A friend must be somebody that you can trust.
Yes.
You can say everything, and you can be told everything. So this is just a thought.
Yeah, and the thing about the old friends is that you sort of know each other really well, and the lovely thing is you can connect back 50 years in a minute.
Yes, that's right.
And so many memories. It's good to keep up with people.
And I think, we've been here for a couple of days now, and I think I cannot overstate the value of connecting with people you're close to, people you may not live in the same country as, people you may not see very often. But it's so psychologically uplifting to be with people who care for you, who understand you, who know your backstory. Yeah, I mean, and from what we're hearing from the sort of psychologists, the professional people, is that it keeps you alive, it keeps you going. I'd also like to say to many of you who may feel isolated or not be making the effort to go out and look for old school friends, or, even relatives can be your friends as well if you live in a small town. Or just random people in the shops and, connect with other people, very important. But I'd say also, what was I going to say about that? You say something while I'm thinking.
You've put me on the spot now.
Well, it's just very good for your mental health. And this Kick-Ass Wednesday, Wellness Wednesday channel I do every week is not just about losing weight and exercise and getting fitter. It's about improving your state of mind, the state of your emotional condition. I mean, and it's also good one good thing about friends is that friends are, if they're real friends and they're deep friends, they are a safe space in which to lose your temper, disagree on issues. As she says, you can be harsh. A real friend is truthful with you, maybe not brutally truthful at the time when you're down, but does things to bring you up and make you a better person, I think.
And they also make you laugh as well, and laughing is very good for you.
Yes.
You should do it every day, I think.
Yes, and so another thing is the value of vacations. Okay, not everybody has the privilege of being able to get on a plane and fly to somewhere romantic and wonderful like Venice. And I must say, I am not a rich person. It's been quite a struggle for me financially this year. but I managed to pull it off, and just being in a different space is really, really good for people as well, I think, you know. I mean, Isabel is a real, what do you call people who always gallivanting around the world?
Globetrotter.
Yeah.
Am I?
You were in Italy last month.
I was playing in an amateur orchestra. It was great fun, actually. I was in Bologna. Yeah.
I also travel a lot.
Yes, you travel a lot with your job as well.
My job, I'm a traveler, and now that I'm retired, I'm still traveling regularly abroad on my country.
Yeah, well, I don't travel that much, but you know, kind of, I do move between Africa and Europe and the United States and one or two other places once, you know, occasionally. And every time you're in a new place, it's kind of like shaking the cobwebs out, because you're not surrounded by familiar triggers. You know, the things that upset you in your normal life, they're not there in the new place. The people that annoy you.
Yeah, that's true.
But and of course, in your regular place where you live, there's also, of course, good things which are not there when you go to another location. But it's still good to open your mind to new experiences and just to be in a different place. So again, I would urge my viewers, people who've been stuck in a rut for a long time, if you're not disabled, and even if you are, you know, get up, even if it's just going to the next town to see what's happening there. And, you know, maybe instead of going to the cinema in your own town, go to the cinema in another town. Look out for exhibitions and things that are happening elsewhere. Look up old friends who don't live, they may not live far away if you can't afford to travel across the country or across the world. But I cannot tell you, I'm like a different person. I look like the same old fat, you know, not quite in good shape. But I am feeling very different here in Venice. So that's really my talk for today. Is there anything else?
Just move on. Then we are going to do some stretching exercises for today. Thank you.
No, we're not doing that.
No, not in the video. After.
Okay. So yeah, exactly. We're going to do maybe for next week. We'll show those next week. Yes. I forgot to say, Stefania is a fascist. She used to lead aerobics classes in Abuja.
I've got gym also in Abuja.
She's an exercise nut.
In the Hilton swimming pool.
And all the other mothers used to think, oh no, Stefania's coming. Our children were at the same school, and it's kind of like, oh no, she's going to expect us to do something dynamic and healthy. And that's what she's doing to me and Isabel now. She will not leave us alone. She is absolutely determined to ruin my day by making me do something.
Yes.
See.
Yeah, but you've got to do it after all those steps. You've got to keep yourself flexible, mobile, and it'll be great.
I must say that if I was to talk about what I'm taking away from this holiday, it is that you can change the whole way you look, the way you feel, the way you move, and don't waste the opportunity that you gain from taking a break and seeing things in a different way and doing things in a different way. You know, use it as a foundation to move to a better level. So that's all for today. Please send in your letters and your comments. I won't be able to respond to them immediately, but when I get back from Europe, I will do a special program based on reactions to the videos that have been made while I've been away from Abuja. So, shall we all say goodbye in unison? Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.